So, good morning, bee dreamers. I'm here today with James from OpenHive. Thank you, James, for having me down. And yeah, we're just going to have a general chat about beekeeping, what he's looking to achieve at OpenHive, and what I can learn for the future for potentially a community organisation in my area. So, as I said, James, thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming to have a chat.
Yeah, cheers for coming down to see me.
You know, it's interesting. I've watched your Instagram. I've had a look on there, and I've looked on your website. I just think what you're doing it is an incredible thing. I've been thinking a lot about what a beekeeping dream is, and so I'm curious, what to you would be your beekeeping dream when it comes to OpenHive?
So my dream of OpenHive, of course, is to not have that full-time job.
Yeah.
Not be reliant on someone else's dream, like, you know, your boss. He's got his dreams he wants to do.
Yeah.
I just want to focus on what I want to do, support my family at the same time, plus give something back to people and reconnect people with nature.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's so screen orientated, indoors all the time.
Yeah.
And I think people are just losing their connection with wildlife, really.
And I've really found that. I think this is where me and you seem to align so nicely. I started beekeeping because I had an allotment, and naturally you think, oh well, I'll get some bees down there as well. Yeah. I watched Just Alex is what I was watching, and when he got into beekeeping,
that's how I started with Alex.
And that's kind of where my interest came around. So I then went and done a course, learned how to do my beekeeping, and then jumped in at the deep end. Got bees that year from a friend of mine who's a bee farmer, and then just got hooked. I don't know about you. Did you find that it just grabbed you, that reconnection with nature?
Yeah, so I'm big on wildlife anyway.
Yeah,
I love birds. I know like loads about birds. I know loads about insects, so ants, flies, wasps, hornets, all sorts of insects. Yeah. And then it was sort of lockdown. I decided to do foraging.
Oh, amazing.
So the foraging, as you know, I'm stinging little tea.
Yeah.
I don't really drink anything, fizzy drinks, bottled water, nothing. It's all done naturally.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of, a beekeeping course popped up online.
Yeah.
For my wife, it was 60 quid for, I think, 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So
that's really good.
Ago.
Yeah.
And the wife's like, no. She said, no. We can't afford it. Don't do it. And I was like, I'm just doing it. Down there.
You sound quite impulsive like me.
Yeah, I'm doing it. And then it just sort of went from there. I don't like to brag. Top of the class.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
Made my frame really quick, you know.
Yeah.
I know a lot about bees before I even did it.
Yeah.
So I had a good chat with the guy there. He gave me some hive tools for my kids.
Nice.
And then I thought, how can I document it?
Yeah.
So we watched, flicking through on YouTube, and Just Alex come on.
Yeah.
It was his first year beekeeping one.
Yeah.
It went viral.
Yeah.
So we watched that. We got some ideas, and then bought Beehive I think it was in January of that year.
Okay.
So after I did the beekeeping course before Christmas, in January I bought my first beehive. Of course, there's no bees around till like April.
Yeah.
And then
got itchy
Association got on well with one of the girls there, and she picked up a prime swarm. So it was a massive swarm. The first one of the year came in.
Really?
And there was a marked queen in there as well.
Oh, okay.
And she just said, do you want this beehive? Sorry. Do you want these bees?
And
like, yeah, why not? So she put them in there. And that was our first bee. We called her Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
She had a yellow mark on her back.
Yeah.
And over the time, the bees had chewed her mark into the shape of a bird, a phoenix.
Oh, incredible.
So that's why we named her Phoenix.
I love that.
And then literally within another 2 months, I had another 4 hives. I got one donated by a guy up in Littlehampton who wanted to help me start up.
Nice.
He became my mentor, so I still see him now.
It's so valuable. We spoke about this earlier, didn't you?
Definitely, yeah.
Having a mentor, and I say I've got one which has kind of come out of nowhere. Really, he's and he's fantastic, and I think they are so valuable. And that's definitely something for anyone that's looking to get into it. Is having that mentor is really important.
Just have someone just guide you in a way. Cause we all need a bit of advice. Like you do something out there with the bees, and you're like, I'm not doing it right. Got a mentor on the phone.
Yeah.
He knows he's my mentor now. I call him the mentor.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
That's cool.
But yeah, so when we first started, we weren't OpenHive then. We went through all these names. I was beekeeping with the boys, my 2 sons, but that didn't really sound right. So we went for Beekeeping for Hope.
Yeah.
Because a few months prior we went out to Moldova with our friends they lived in Havant, and they just suddenly just said, we're going to stop child trafficking in Moldova.
Wow.
So I just left the UK and went out there and did it.
Yeah.
Went out the UK and they went and did it. So we went out there with them.
Wow.
And I saw poverty like never before.
Really?
It's like a shed. And it's powered by a car battery, and there's like 4 kids in there. And the wife had died, and Dad was out doing his.
No, but that must be so eye-opening in a way. And
so my boys were there as well. So
really,
they witnessed all that. They
wow.
saw really extreme poverty. So we came back, started to fundraise.
Yeah.
And I thought, why don't I mix my beekeeping with helping people in poverty?
Yeah. Well.
So we formed Beekeeping for Hope. And yeah, it sort of went from there. We've got a few. Of course, we've helped us with a few equipment. It's equipment like big bee models and educational tools.
Yeah.
From them.
So are you still linked with Moldova? Are you still in a way?
Yeah, we've got a few hives out there dedicated to Moldova.
Yeah.
So basically, when I get the honey off,
yeah,
I mentioned that when you get the honey off, all of our honey profit went to Moldova.
Fantastic.
To help their projects.
Yeah.
Like we funded a few people with a fridge,
nice,
family, clothing, nappies for parents.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then we funded they went to South Africa, so we funded some rape kits for children, which is
wow. Like, come
good,
on,
but, yeah.
It's good what you've done, but
yes, we have to fund some of that.
That kind of thing really grinds my gears.
Yeah,
like,
no,
there's just no need for it. And I know their worlds are different, but they're still not different. You know what I mean? We're humans. That should never happen.
So, yeah, no, I totally agree.
You know, and so what a fantastic cause you've been able to fund and help towards that. So well done for that, I would say.
Cheers, yeah.
So it obviously started off as watching Just Alex and beekeeping for the boys,
yeah,
and then turned into OpenHive or Beekeeping for Hope, and now OpenHive. So how do you connect bees and your local community? How do you?
So with Beekeeping for Hope, wasn't much with the community. It was more overseas.
Yes.
So we started to help people in Uganda first.
Okay.
And then over the years, I sent them, again, honey donations. We dedicated the hive to what I thought was an orphanage. So we had all our money go to this orphanage. This guy would send me updates. Oh, look, we bought the children. It was, what was it, like sweets and crops and stuff like that. And I thought, I sent you quite a bit of money. Where's it all going?
Right.
I noticed he had a nice new watch. And then his phone quality improved massively.
Right.
So I had a company reach out to me called We Shall Not Be Scammed.
Right.
And I was also helping a dog shelter up there. It was run by his sister.
Yeah.
And it turned out his sister was injuring these dogs, posting them on social media saying, please, we need help with this dog. He's been hit by a car. And they took a machete to it, sort of thing.
No way.
It's big business out in Uganda. So I went down the route of in exploring it. So I said to this guy, can you send me documentation of your orphanage?
Yeah.
And he said, I haven't got any. So can you just get your phone, walk around your orphanage, show me the bedrooms, the kitchen? He said no. So found out there was no orphanage. It was just, the whole village was in it.
So how did that scam come around then?
As in how do they?
Yeah, how did you make contact with them with regards to?
So it's through LinkedIn. So
Right.
They said, we need help. They send all this, because I'm a man of faith, so it comes through. They go for that, hello, Brother James. We feel blessed and we feel we had to go down this route to you. We've been given a sign to come to you. So it sounds all good to me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Sounds good. I'll help you.
And how is that?
And it was all fake.
Yeah.
The whole lot was fake, everything. So
Has that made you question your faith or just?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not one bit.
Fantastic.
Because they tricked me, basically. Yeah. But I learned a massive lesson from it, and that's how OpenHive was born.
Okay. And what lesson was that?
Not to be too trusting.
Yep.
Just to gauge people first, to vet them first.
Yeah.
And then when we became an official charity, I had to get a line of trustees, and now we vet people.
Yeah.
And as you know, some people on my board are very I can't think of the word. Not like they like to get into it.
Yeah.
Like to see the accounts
As they should
stuff,
do.
which is fine. Yeah, I love that. Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
So they really help me on where the money should go, what we should be doing, and stuff like that. But yeah, so when we came away from Beekeeping for Hope, we wanted a more community-focused name, make it more local, keep things within the UK.
Yeah.
So we decided with OpenHive.
Which I think one of the people within your team is kind of like a business kind of I don't want to say guru, but a business kind of guidance person, I suppose, or business. Is he helping with that kind of idea of rebranding and things like that?
Yeah, I normally come up with the ideas and I put it to the board, and then they decide, and if they like it, it goes ahead.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, we just find a way to make it work.
And I've always liked the idea of giving back in some way. And at the Beekeeping Dream, I really hope that if I can get somewhere, that is kind of my end goal, to be able to set up something like that.
Yeah.
And because it is rewarding. Do you not find that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I've had my struggles throughout my life with my own mental health and things like that. And the reconnection I've got through beekeeping with nature is unbelievable. Like,
totally.
There's nothing, it's like natural mindfulness. Like when you're in the hive, all you can think about is what you've got in front of you. You're looking for on the frame, you're checking you've got your brood, you're checking you've got your eggs, and ideally you want to see the queen. But if you've got eggs, she's been there within the last 3 days. She's been there. But everything else in the world, just you forget about. Because when you've got thousands and thousands of bees flying around your head, you can't really help that. You can't think about anything else.
That's exactly what we do with OpenHive now. So it cuts out the noise.
Yeah.
So that noise is gone, but the noise there you focus on.
Yeah.
And when I do take children in, a lot of them are petrified. Absolutely.
I'm not surprised.
Have how bees and wasps and how they're promoted.
Yeah.
So when you open that hive and you take the crown board off, they're shocked at how there's nothing. They're all just sitting there doing their own thing. Because mainly nurse bees, aren't they? Going around,
of course,
doing their bits and bobs. Nothing's flying at your face.
No.
Whatever. So it's really good in that sense.
So with the kids, do you start off with, say, like a nuke? So maybe there's not so many bees in there, or do you just go straight into the hive? Yeah. And I suppose if you're doing it at a certain right time of day, like you say, the foragers are out, and they're the ones that tend to get a bit more aggy, don't they? Really. So what kind of changes do you see in? Is it just children, or is it
adults as well?
Adults as well.
As you know, the nectar seeker, the guy, Andy and his son.
Yeah.
So Andy came down with me when I first started beekeeping, and he was completely absorbed by it all.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they've gone on from there.
Yeah, they have.
Got his son involved and stuff. So
I'm hoping to get a chat with him at some point as
I'm
well.
sure you will,
I've been chatting online with him. I really do hope to meet with him as well. So you've said Andy. You say his dad as well was.
Yeah, so I used to work. He used to be a contractor at my old job.
Okay.
In the grounds for school.
Yeah.
And he saw I had bees, and he was fascinated by it, and then he's gone for it.
Yeah, and he has gone for it as well, hasn't he? I think from what I've seen on his Instagram, and that they've got quite a few hives and gone in deep.
Natural as well on the camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? We're not all natural, so I'm certainly not the most natural, but it's good. You've got to try these things. You've got to put yourself out of your comfort zone, I think, sometimes, which is probably what a lot of people are doing when they're going into the hives. Yeah. Is there anything you do in particular when you are going into the hives that helps them relax, or do you think the bees naturally do that? Do you think the bees naturally help people relax once they've got into it?
So I always find I like to do it when drones are around. I know a lot of people don't like drone bees because they take up room, they get row in the cells and stuff. I love drone bees.
Yeah.
I always take a frame out and just put a little strip on the top of the brood so they can build their own comb and fill it with drone.
Yeah.
But I find when kids go in there, especially kids, some adults, just get a drone bee and they can hold it because they don't sting. Yeah. They look really cute with the massive compound eyes.
Yeah.
And they're quite dopey looking, quite big and chunky, aren't they?
Yeah.
So when the kid's really scared, they just hold a drone bee and they'll just sit there with a drone bee and just be completely transfixed by this bee as it walks around. And when it falls on the floor, they panic and they pick it up.
I love that.
So one of my key to gaining confidence with kids and people who are scared of bees is the drone bee.
See, now that's good. See, this year I'm hoping to get my kids into the hive. I haven't got them into the hives yet. Okay, I've kind of been at that point when I'm like, my daughter got stung at one point, and then it kind of had that, but she's now relaxed a lot more. So this year is definitely a year I want to try and get them into the hive, get my wife a suit, get us all in there, a bit of a family affair. So that little tip there, I think, is I'll use that. The drone bee is, and it makes sense, doesn't it? It's nothing to be, none of them are really anything to be scared of, but it is.
The nurse bees, or if you get on the frame and you find the newly baby bees, they're quite downy and fluffy.
Yeah.
again, they love looking at those. They're fascinated by it because again, they're not going to sting anybody.
No.
It's only the guards and the forager.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
they normally go for me anyway because they know my smell, they know my mannerisms. They normally come up to me and buzz on the front, and they just fly off.
Yes. I love that. So you've got obviously the kids that come down. You've got the people. So where do you see this going from now? What do you hope? What do you hope for the future for OpenHive?
My dream, similar to you, is to have our own piece of land where I can employ my own beekeeper to look after bees because it's quite juggling beekeeping, a full-time job, and all the workshops we do can be quite a lot sometimes.
So what workshops with regards to like what other workshops do you do?
So we do like children's workshops, an hour and a half.
Nice.
We do half-hour theory, talking about bees, getting them comfortable with me, them telling stories about bees, like maybe when they got stung, they also about when they got stung, or their experiences with bees.
Yeah.
And then we suit up for the next 45 minutes and just go into a hive.
Fantastic.
We've got charities called Heart to Heart, the Aruka Project, Small Dream Toys, who are going to do events with us.
Yeah.
Some of them bring people to us to experience things like rehabilitation for young ex-offenders. And Heart to Heart is the company or charity which work mental health.
Yeah.
So when they want a day out and escape, come to me, puts the suits on and a couple of hours.
Fantastic. Because I heard you mention there about ex-offenders and stuff like that, and we briefly touched on that earlier. That's somewhere where you'd like to go, and it's always something I've thought would be incredible for ex-offenders to give them that purpose, and I think purpose is important in life. You know, a lot of these guys, they might have been through things in their life where maybe they've struggled and maybe haven't had a bit of purpose, whereas beekeeping can do that quite easily.
I'd say refocus the mind.
Yeah.
And get it all sorted. Robin's trying to get in there
again. He is. He's definitely. So is that something, again, you're looking for in the future, possibly maybe doing more work with ex-offenders?
So we start our work with them. I think I've got a meeting with a lady who runs it, so it's called the Aruka Project. They're based in Portsmouth.
Lovely.
I've got a meeting with her, I think next week, I think.
Okay.
We're going to start working plans out. She's come here a few times last year.
Yeah.
To suss me out, to suss what I do well. We've got on really good. So it should be this year, this summer, we'll get.
Well, that's great. And it's another string to the OpenHive bow as such. So one thing you must get people from different backgrounds. Do you have different groups here at? So do you have different groups here at the same time, or would you just do like a child's one? And I suppose there's got to be some kind of legalities around how you can who you can mix at what times and stuff like that.
We're quite big in the home education community.
Amazing.
So normally there's always parents there.
Yeah.
So it's always a group of kids, like say, you probably fit about 7 or 8 kids plus me anymore, and they don't really see what's going on. Okay. You can't have too many around the hive.
Yeah.
You can't have them stand in front of the hive.
Of course.
If you turn around, there'll be a load of bees waiting to come back in.
Yeah.
So
queuing up.
I do about 7, 8 kids plus me. The parents sometimes join in as well.
Nice.
But I always keep the numbers to about 8.
Yeah.
If not, they just watch from the little hut.
Yeah.
And they take photographs and watch their kids. And then when we do adults, it's the care homes, they come down with we do it in just little groups really. Yeah. Sort of throughout the day, throughout the weekend.
So you wouldn't have like a group of kids and then a group of like adults at the same time, or if you did, how do you think you'd be able to manage that?
The only time I do that is when there's more than one beekeeper here. So if say John, for example, comes down, or my wife's around, she'll take one end of the apiary, and I'll have the others at the other end of the apiary.
Okay, so you can do more than one group at a time. I suppose if you eventually get your own land, well, then you'll be able to.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, you'll have multiple beakkeepers, and that that would make that.
Part of the dream as well is to have a beekeeper who I can employ just to look after my bees. Yeah, it's what I can do with other stuff like teaching them, because it's hard. So I said before, juggling it all.
It is so hard, and it's like
you go in there 5 minutes, you know exactly what you're going to do, and it's easy. Otherwise, you go in there and you're in there hours because something's happened in there, and you just got to knuckle down and get on with it. And you blink, and it's 2 hours gone.
Yeah,
and you've got your wife on the phone,
and you're trying to think, where are you? Tea's ready or whatever.
And it'll be 5 minutes.
I'm a nightmare for that.
Same way, I get told off.
Yeah, but
she understands.
Yeah, exactly. And she's a beekeeper herself, is she? or she has an understanding of it, I suppose,
yeah,
because she's around it all.
Every now and again, I say to her, "Here's a tool. Go and just do that." And she does it with my boy. They come down. They did one in the garden.
Nice.
So she does. Sorry, I'm jumping everywhere.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
So she does younger children, nursery school.
Yep.
Going from about 4 to 6.
Yeah.
I do 7 plus.
Okay.
If I do under 7s in the beehive, I find that they don't really listen.
Yeah.
We do a safety talk and they're waving their hands, or they want to take their. I had kids when they got a bit of honey on their finger.
Yeah.
And they want to undo their veil and lick it whilst the bees are everywhere.
Yeah.
So we do 7 plus.
And we find that in the fire service when we're doing chats, you know, we go to the littlies and sometimes, you know, they've got all these kind of questions. So yeah, I can imagine younger than 7 inside the hive. My daughter's 7, so I think she's at a great age. My boy's quite sensible, so I'm hoping this year I'll be able to get him in, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had a teaching hive in our garden.
Okay.
So she would bring kids to our house,
yeah.
Little nursery groups. But the thing was, because we had all old frames in there,
yeah,
we attracted a swarm.
Of
so
course.
she had to sort it out. She did good, actually.
Oh, amazing. I want to do a bit of that this year. I'm hoping to get some swarms because I did unfortunately have some colony losses last year. So yeah, I'm hoping to build those swarms back up again.
We had an EFB breakout around here last year.
Okay.
Outbreak.
Yeah.
I know all my bees' genes, where they come from. So Phoenix, we bred from her a lot. So some of her daughters are still alive. So
yeah.
3 years on, they're still alive, still going. We had one swarm come in.
Okay.
Had an empty hive. Because the layout was a bit different last year, and swarm came in, and I thought, oh great, we've got some free bees.
Yeah.
Some apiaries over there, completely wiped out by EFB.
Oh wow.
A whole lot wiped out. And the bee inspector turned up at my place to check them. I said, well, I know where all my bees come from.
Yeah.
But one colony just came in there.
Yeah.
And that one had EFB.
Wow.
This was last summer, and I was like, oh man. So he praised the tidiness of the bees, the cleanliness, the happiness, the temperament.
Yeah.
But that one hive, they were really tetchy.
Yeah.
And then, they had to be destroyed.
Yeah, which is it's difficult. I actually called a bee inspector out last year.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I think it's something that's quite important to talk about. I think you've put a post up this morning about it, actually, funny enough. That I was quite nervous, you know, you were worried about fear of judgment.
Saying, if you don't come back to me, or something like the door, and I was like, oh man, I have to give him a ring.
Yeah, but it's actually not that much of a scary experience, is it? They're so, I found the inspector so relaxed. He literally, all he's worried about is making sure you haven't got it, and if he has, given you the guidance on how to sort it out, you know. And thankfully I didn't have it, which was amazing. But I'm kind of glad I did call him out in a way, just to put my mind at rest, because again, we'd had EFB in the area, not too far from where I was, and he was happy with everything I was doing as well. But it's definitely a lesson to be learned from people that it isn't something to fear. And if you do suspect anything, just give him a call, even if it's a bit of advice, I would say.
So, yeah, he's fine. We've got on well. We had to end up burning the hive, of course.
Yeah.
A hole up there.
Yeah.
We put it together. The saddest part was, of course, when you come in at night, you seal the hive up, open the top, you pour petrol in.
Yeah.
And there's a huge big buzz and then silence.
Yeah.
And the next day, you just burn it all.
It's the only way they can, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's the only way they can do it, isn't it, really? Unfortunately, it's good. It's supposed to be the most humane way of doing it, isn't it, really?
Right, all the other bees are fine.
Yeah.
But he's got to come back in spring, so soon, I think, to check them again. But they look fine. I did a little look yesterday, not too much.
Have you been into any of the hives yet, or?
Only to change those ones over from a little colony to a big one.
Nice. Fantastic. So, thinking about everything you've learned so far through OpenHive, what advice would you give to someone that might want to start a similar thing, like myself, maybe in their local community?
Yes, the best thing I would say is keep in mind what you want to do, where you want to go with it.
Yeah.
And you just got to aim for it. And you get all these people telling you can't do it. And when I first started beekeeping, I don't like things flying in my face.
Yeah.
Of course, beekeeping happens all the time.
Of course it does. Yeah.
But now it's easy.
Yeah.
Some people know me. If a wasp came up to me, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But now I don't mind.
I used to be exactly the same. I got stung as a child on the bottom of my foot. And is it trauma in a way? It's a traumatic event, isn't it? You know, as a child, you don't know any different. And I remember my mum getting the waspies out and spraying it on my foot. And yeah, I've always been fearful of every time there's a wasp, I'm like this.
Yeah.
And funny enough, when my daughter got stung last year, She taught, it was by a bee. My bees were in the netting. So I was doing an inspection in there and they were kind of down our allotment away from it. But there was one that was a bit rogue, decided, and that's all it takes. It's a massive lesson learned from me. And I would never do that again. Hence why I've moved them away from our allotment now. But so she started getting a bit fearful of them. But then she taught me last year, and this is incredible. And this is what kids can teach you, how. So there was one point, there was wasps flying around her and she was obviously nervous because she still had the memory of the bee. And I just said to her, stay calm, it won't hurt you. And she did. And she relaxed. And it was incredible to see how all of a sudden, now, like, she just relaxed. The wasp landed on her and flew off. No problem at all. And then from there on, she's now teaching people the same. So every time they get worried, she's now passing that on. And she does. She's so calm. And I love it. I just think that's such a, like, she's taught me actually to be more calm, even though going in the bees teaches you that, but you've got a suit on. So yeah, I do love how she's managed to teach me something. So going forward, you would just say, just go for it. And I think that's kind of what I do.
Listen to what people tell you, because a lot of people are so negative when you want to.
Yeah, go for it.
So negative when you want to do something different and stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to do with OpenHive, because I had a meeting with the National Lottery, must have been 2 weeks ago. I had to meet the funder, and she said there's nothing out there like OpenHive.
No.
Nothing. It's all, the beekeepers, the main focus is honey production.
Yeah.
Not much on education. Okay, associations do education talks, but they're well out of a price range I couldn't even afford.
Yeah.
£90 an hour.
Yeah. No.
But so here we don't charge.
No.
Or if we do charge, we charge sometimes a small fee
or
something like that. And people are happy to pay it because it's a lot cheaper than other places offer. So like when I first came into the beekeeping route, I was hobby beekeeper.
Yeah.
Fine, I joined membership with the Beekeeping Association. Everything was good. But then when I took it to a charity, they saw me as direct competition. This is only the local one. Yeah. So I won't name who they are, the local one.
Yeah.
And I went to a show with them.
Right.
And my stand was full of educational tools, big banners, you get big varromites, you had an observation hive with bees in it.
What a stand.
And
sounds incredible.
People all around us all the time. Their hive didn't have any. They didn't have anything. I didn't want to be like.
Did they not even have like an observation hive?
No, all they had was just honey for sale, and a few pictures to colour in.
Yeah.
But ours is more engaging with the community.
Yeah, of course.
So we have people there all the time. And I got comments from them saying you should have this regulated. You should have your lip balms certified and all stuff like this.
Yeah.
There's a law with balms. If you don't call it lip balm, just call it balm.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
But I was getting all that. I shouldn't bring observation hives in here. It's not fit for the bees. And then another beekeeper comes in with a massive observation hive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Observation hives are there for that very purpose.
They're only there for a few hours, and I take them straight back down in.
Of course you do. Yeah.
So it went on from there, and then when the scam happened with Uganda, they phoned up the people whose land I use for my bees.
Yeah.
And told them I was untrustworthy, I'm a con man, they should have my bees here. But the man was like, he didn't care. He's like, we know you, James, you know you're a good guy. And that.
Yeah, of course.
So
they know that that's not who you are, and it's quite obvious you wouldn't be doing something like this if that's the kind of person you were. So
because it came up publicly, and just said, look, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
the honey I sold was going to this man's lifestyle.
You had to, and you had to, and that shows what a fantastic person you are. Because and I think it does, because you hold your hands up and go, look, I made a mistake. I got scammed, like we spoke on earlier. You've learned from that mistake. You won't let it happen again. And, you'll learn to trust. You've got it set up as a charity. You've got fantastic trustees, people in the background that are helping you with that back office side of it. You know that you're not going to make that mistake again. So, shame on the BVKA people for doing that, really. And, this is a hobby.
Instead of helping, they were...
They were trying to hinder it, whereas actually they could be on your side. And it's very true that...
So at the end of the day, we're all teaching the community and people about bees.
Yes.
How important they are and how they should reconnect to them. So going against each other, I just didn't see that as very...
And I totally agree with that. And I'm glad we touched on the point, really. Because for children to get into this, if we're trying to bring the younger generation up into this hobby, it is expensive.
Totally.
The hives are expensive. The frame, the treatments, are expensive. So if you can give children that opportunity that might bring on future beekeepers, then why there should be no backlash on that? In fact, people should be funding it today. Fund OpenHive, help him. I genuinely believe what he's doing here is incredible. And if I could ever mimic anything like that with the Beekeeping Dream, I would be proud to be a part of something like that. I genuinely would. And I just think you should be proud. And so well done for doing what you are doing.
Thanks so much.
I think we might have touched on my final question, but with OpenHive being at the heart of the community, how much do you believe that is important in our modern times and the things that are going on around us in today's world?
Yeah, massively. Mainly because of what beekeeping offers. It offers the escape. It offers cut out all the noise, and just offers, it gets you to refocus again. And then if you get your own bees, you're responsible for that colony.
Yeah.
And some people say they're more like pets or more of a hobby. I kind of see them kind of as a bit of both.
Yeah.
So they are like your pets. Well, we name all our queens. All our queens got names.
That's something we wanted. My kids named them, but they named them after all their friends. So, which is quite cute in a way.
Like Weapon, Phoenix.
Nice. I love that.
Mountain, from that Mountain Honey, you gave me a bee like 2 years ago, so we call it Mountain. That's
nice. I like that.
But yeah, it's just to get people just to reconnect with nature again, just to remember that there's a world out there which is far more interesting than your phone and looking at scrolling through Instagram, which will be guilty.
Of course, we are guilty of it, but it's having the balance. I think it's about having a balance in life. That yes, technology is there and it's not going away. It's not going anywhere. Sorry, Mr. Robin, we will be finished soon. So that balance is there, but also please, get into like the robin. You know, the robin, hearing the birds tweeting in the trees. Those simple little things, being inside the bees hive, hearing the hum of the bees, is so healing for the soul that I just think it is so important for kids and things like that. And people, anybody. We live in a stressful world where we're all rushing around, you know, got to get the kids to school, got to get to work, I need to do this. Having that natural mindfulness to take you back to reality.
With bees as well, running around doing this with bees, you have to be slow.
You have to
If you're going to be rushing around, they're going to get a bit feisty.
It doesn't work.
Get rid of you, don't they?
Absolutely.
So if you just, but with bees, you know, you've got to slow down.
Yeah.
You've got to concentrate and stuff. And
you have to allow that time. You can't just expect to go down quickly and do it, can you?
I've had people out there as well who have been so focused on the bees flying around, and they're like, they seem though they're fully suited up.
Yeah.
I'm like, just ignore them and focus on that.
Yes.
And they do. I just tell that to Nectar Seeker, actually, Andy.
Oh, right.
I said, don't focus on them, just focus on that.
Yeah.
And you'll find that they'll buzz in here for a bit, they'll get a bit tired and just fly off.
Yeah. See, clearly that worked, Nectar Seeker, because we know now that you're obsessed, like us. So that's interesting. So you had a question, you were saying that you had a question for me. So what was that?
So my question is, how are you going to cope when the Asian, behind your head again, when the Asian hornet comes into your area? Or if you've got any, you know, are they coming in your area?
Yeah, so I keep an eye on the map quite regularly. They are slowly making their way towards me. Last one is just outside of Guildford. I think it's like Horsham kind of area. There was a sighting last year, which is quite close to me, which, you know, naturally I'm quite worried about that.
Southampton, that's so close to me.
So you've had one in the area as well, have you? I don't know how I'm going to approach it at the moment. And I don't know, I think that one of the best ways is going to be to have strong colonies so they can try and defend themselves. But from what I gather, that's like France have been absolutely decimated by them, haven't they?
Yeah.
So have you got any ideas on the kind of thing that you're going to do to approach when it does start, you know, potentially coming? Well, it is going to come our way. So when it does come our way.
Yeah. So I guess I'll put up traps.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some traps up. I've got a few traps in my shed.
Okay.
And
what?
One thing I'd love to do, is
That's right.
I'll get on quite well with some of the people at the National Bee Unit.
Okay.
At DEFRA. So they have said that when I've got free time, which I do now, I can go out with them.
Amazing.
And
what an
see
experience.
Hornets. I've never seen one. I've seen ones. I teach ones. I got ones in little resin. Resin hornets. I've got a big model of one as well.
Yeah.
It's getting closer, that one.
He's definitely getting closer.
So I'm teaching it quite a lot. But I've never seen one. I've seen the Median wasp. I've seen the European hornet. Got a few of those.
Yeah,
here.
quite a lot.
But the only thing I find with the Asian hornet, what worries me, is how prolific they are and how, when they do find a hive, the bees react in such a way that they stop forage bees flying.
Wow.
So while it's hawking outside the entrance, trying to catch the ones coming back heavy with pollen, the bees beard and stop all the flies. So once they're stopping the flies, they're not getting food, they're not getting water, and the Asian hornets basically wait them out, and then more hornets come and wait out. Then they get weaker and weaker, then they attack, of course. That
would be amazing if you could go along for the day, because what I've seen that they do, they managed to attract them to a trap, put a little tracker transmitter on them, and then follow them back, which is quite advanced. But I'm not sure how long that funding's going to last for. There must be a point where they're going to turn around and go that they can no longer do this.
They did in France, didn't they?
Really?
So there's a guy I speak to from France, really nice guy. He says that you drive along the roads when the trees are bare of leaves and you'll see Asian hornet nests dotted around as you're driving along, because it was a fire service was the ones who were taking them down.
Oh, okay.
They got to a point where they couldn't do it anymore. There's just too many.
It's just too many.
And they hardly have any wasps on, is it Jersey or Guernsey? One of those ones.
Really?
They got no wasps there now, because the Asian hornets, one of their preferred food is Vespa vulgaris, the common wasp. So
difficult.
But the thing they hate is Vespa crabro, the actual European hornet. They hate them.
Oh, really? So maybe we need to build those up.
So when there's loads of Vespa valentinos there, the old Asian hornet, the crabro comes in, they're gone.
Really?
They hate them, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So maybe you need to try and find that balance between it, bringing the European hornet in and building them up might help.
Loads of videos like Asian hornets trying to get away, and the old European jumps to them.
Do you think it's because they're bigger? Because they are bigger, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think.
So the European hornet's the same size as a Asian hornet queen.
Oh.
So the workers are a little bit smaller.
But I think they can have up to like 100 queens in one hive in a Asian hornet hive, can't they?
Yeah, when they same with common wasps as well. When it's time for the queens to go.
Yeah.
Well, mating's breeding season, they'll have loads in there. They'll all fly different directions. And I found one when I was taking one of my hives out yesterday. There was a hibernating
queen
wasp in there.
Oh, really? Oh,
I just picked them up and put them in the
bush. Yeah, I love that.
Out of the beehive.
So I think you've got a trap down there which we can quickly show people, I suppose.
Yeah, so when I was Asian hornet coordinator for the local British Beekeeping Association, and one of my roles was to get a lot of traps.
Yeah.
So there was a guy, name escapes me, maybe we could put it on the bottom.
Yeah, we'll find that out, yeah.
But so he's a really good guy as well, and he launches products which promote zero bycatch, so that means you won't get bumblebees in here, wasps, and honeybees, and flies, of course, as well.
Amazing.
So it's designed like a flower. They fly in through the front, and then they get trapped inside, and inside there is like a jelly mix with it's a wasp pheromone called. Again, the name escapes me. It's like Vespa something.
Okay.
It's red.
I'll have to look that up and definitely think.
I know thorns sell it.
But that's definitely something to bear in mind. Is I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I found an Asian hornet and I squashed it." Well, actually, sometimes that's not the best thing, because what they do is they put the transmitter like we spoke a minute ago, and they're able to track it back to the hive and kill the whole hive, right? So then that will help to stop spreading any further queens throughout into the ecosystem, and hopefully help deter it and get on top of it.
Something about wasps just really quick.
Yeah.
So I love wasps as much as I love bees.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I don't like killing them either.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to, but I don't really like
Yeah.
So I find that so in this area last year I had 14 colonies here. So 14 colonies packed full of bees. So that's a lot of bees in the whole area.
Yeah.
So as nature likes to balance stuff, I'm doing that stupid 6-7 thing.
6-7, yeah. I don't know why you keep doing that at the moment. I don't really understand it.
So I saw it as there's too many bees here. So nature steps in and takes out some of the bees, because if you've got so many bees pollinating all the flowers around here, there's not enough for bumblebees. Yeah. Because the honeybees are taking it all for themselves, because there's more of them and they're faster, aren't they? The bumblebees are a bit clumpier, and there's not as many in the colony.
I love them. I love seeing them bumbling around. They're great, aren't they?
So I see it as when a wasp colony takes out one of my colonies, I just see it as, okay, I've got too many bees here, I'm going to have to move them around a bit.
That's interesting.
So that's why now I've only got 6 here.
Okay, and that's such a great way to think of it. that natural selection in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose like
Of course,
there's
they
only
take
so
the
much.
weak ones as well, so.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what happened to mine. The two of them were really weak in my hives, and that's why they got into them. And I just do have to accept it. You can't do anything about it.
That's
You know,
right, yeah.
you can't change it.
And you know as well that it's happened because you notice at the start, because you can learn a lot from the entrance of the bees flying in and out. You just think there's nothing flying in there, or there's a wasp going in.
Yeah.
And you open it up, and you can see there's been a war. There's bodies everywhere.
Yeah.
There's bees, wasps, and then all the combs being ripped out.
I opened one of the lids on one of mine, and literally just wasps came out at me. I was just like, do you know what? I'll take it. It's a learning lesson.
Yeah.
I'm still learning this. We're always learning in this, aren't you? I think there's so many lessons to be learned in beekeeping, which is why it's so fantastic. James, it has genuinely been one of the most fascinating chats. I love what you're doing here. And if anyone would like to check out OpenHive, what's the website?
So open-hive.org.uk.
Please check out what they're doing, what James is doing here. James and the team. He's got a great team behind him. He's got Jonathan from Beekoff.
We've got Dan from Beefolk
as
well. And of course Nectar Seeker.
Yeah.
They come down regularly. Help me out. Do stuff.
So please support what they're doing. Get behind them. This really is a fantastic community organisation. I really thank, and it really has opened my eyes to where potentially I could go future down the line. And I'm sure there'll be many more times that we're going to meet up.
Okay, I'm up for that. Yeah.
I've got no doubt about that. So again, thank you very much, James. I really appreciate your time today.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.